Hi, hello everyone. Oh my god, what is this chat? Hello everyone. Hi B. Hi Sam. Buddy Day, wow, godly. Seriously, hello, thank you everyone for being here so early. what is this? I was just looking somewhere else and just came here to see all of this. Oh! And you are absolutely right, buddy. I forgot to add both you and Roth's presents in here. In fact, I will make a note of it. This year has been intense. Is the thing. I am very sorry. There we go. Note added. Really, thank you. Everyone should see that. I'm not removing anything, buddy. I am not going to remove anything. The banner folder will keep growing. If anyone's as kind as to make anything that will be put in there, I will always appreciate all of them. So, how's everything going? How's your week going? Got any cool news to share? I have been a little bit living under a rock this week. Maybe even a little bit longer. So I don't know. Feel free to share any cool story. Oh, FarCube is gone until I get my ass around to actually balance the volume. Because it was super quiet. And I almost never got to hear it. So I need to rework most of the audio redeems so that I can actually alter the volume. Yeah.
Hey boss.
Well, thank you for following.
Incoming message from TGC_Dave. It reads, have you heard of the new sport called quiet tennis? It's the same as normal tennis but without the racket.
Oh my god. Good morning. Also, what happened with my avatar? It made some weird change in expressions. I think it was like adding two of them at once. The lane shapes are just doing weird things. Whoop, there we go. It happened again. Why is this doing this today? It wasn't doing that last time. Let me check something real quick. Let me see. Maybe this? We'll see. We'll see if this works. Seriously, thank you everyone for being here already. Like, so many people. I am so grateful. Today we'll be working on a commission, and you already see it right here. I will make the reference show to. Choop, choop. There we go. I think I can maybe make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Saving already? Hi Bacon. We just started. Nothing to save yet. Hey, there we go. Nope, Avatar keeps doing weird shit today. I wonder why. I haven't made any changes. Maybe it's just like not reading my face very well. Who knows? How's everything going, by the way? Hope it's going well and you got some cool things happening. Saved away. Let me see. There we go. Alright. Now I got chattering so I can be posted on everything you say. So this is like today's design, and we'll be starting with this generic humanoid mesh that I made like a year ago. Because, you know, it could really speed things up, and we will be making a lot of changes anyway. Okay, so first thing I want to do is to get the proportions right. And although I'll still do things like making the head a little bit bigger, turn into reference, because that's my style anyway. So I will still change things so the body kinda fits. Let me see. So I make this a little bit smaller over here. There we go. Another thing I will eventually change is the playlist. I am like working on the YouTube one, removing things. Maybe at some point I will update it for the streams too. Because I really want just the best of the best. We already had like 400 songs in there, and some of them were dudes, so... Alright, so first things first. We want to get the waist. Oh, hello, Ayase, my love, my wife, the reason of my life. Thank you so much. I love you. So I will move this a little bit over here. And we can kind of round up the shape. There we go. Thank you, buddy. Wife gato and husband, yes. Yeah. So we got like a thin, slim waist, but we'll have some generous hips. There we go. This goes a little bit to the center. There we go. We'll probably add like another loop in here. There we go with the fit. Alright, adding this, it's really important. Whoop. Alright. I know we kinda round up everything, but it's probably okay. I don't know why this is beveled. There we go. We make this a little bit rounder. There we go. So we got like a round shape. Oh, it's been snowing for a whole week. It must be quite a sight. We don't get a lot of snow over here. But I guess it gets boring very quickly once it becomes inconvenient. There we go, we got the hips to follow the curve. Alright. Now everyone's favorite, which is the chest area. And it will hide the head too. We will work on the head afterwards. You know what? I will do one thing. I will duplicate this. Date it. So we can like kinda see how this goes. And we see that actually the whole body is a little bit less voluminous. There we go. Hi, Tualba. Happy to see ya. And I think I will also change the orientation of this. There we go. So we get a rounder shape. We can probably even do something like this. There we go. Okay, now we can go and work on the chest. And the chest is roughly the size of the head. We are not going to make it exactly the size of the head because our head is huge, but it is big. So let's just not underdo it because I've been guilty of that. Only being really cold for one day this week. Oh my god, -10. That sounds outright like painful.
Yo molegato, drink some water.
Drinking water, okay, you got it. Give me a sec, I actually have to go and pick my bottle. Let me see. Alright, I'm back. There we go. It was -16, oh my god. I don't know how you survived. Oh, thank you for the follow, what's up? I'm thinking what is the best way to tackle the chest in here. And I think the best we can do is make some previous work in here. Get some nice topology to start with. Okay, so we get this, and we can now like start by moving this, and we get kinda more or less the shape that we want, and this should come to this point. So we'll dissolve this and start adding our own loops. Like this. This is always tricky, is the thing. We will also cut over here to make the shape rounder. And this is like a perfectly good start, I think. It's just not very round yet. But with this classic shape, we can actually make it work with very few polygons. See, I'm learning the tricks. The tricks of Booba. I think we did a pretty good job in here so far. Now I'm thinking about how do I make it less blocky? How do I make it a little bit rounder? Where do I add a loop? Because if I do this, we got like a lot of triangles in here that I don't really like. But what else can we do? Like, with this amount of polygons, there's not a lot. Now, size-wise, this is small, because even if it looks similar to the reference, like this model was going to have a bigger head, it will make everything else look smaller. So what I will do is get a point in here. This is like the center, so we can scale off it. And then we'll try to scale and see how it looks. Like a bit bigger. Yeah, something like this. We can probably even make it go up. Hi Yuki! Happy to see you here! Happy to see you here! How's it going? For everyone who doesn't know, Yuki, fantastic streamer, has the cutest design. I love specifically your hair, by the way. It is very friendly shaped. By the way, still gawking over the scene you were working on, the mall. Everything is so cute. You work so hard for that. Alright, this is looking a little bit better already. Perhaps it is like too sudden on the top. We should maybe lower everything a little bit at an angle. Like so. There we go. Alright, and by the way, we should make sure we know where the line is with the clothes. I think we will like cut over here. So this is a little bit high because it should be on the middle. So we will actually change it a little bit, like so. Oh, sorry, getting a phone call. Let me answer for a bit. I'm back. Sorry about that. It was an important thing that I've been waiting for since yesterday. I promise I won't be going into the be right back scene all the time through the day. Okay, so I think we got this. The shape of the arm is a little bit off. We'll see. This can be a little bit rounder. We also want this to follow an arc, because I'm thinking we will do something like this. Or where is supposed to be the dress going to? It is... Let me check the reference real quick. Yeah, it goes right under the armpit, so it is like a straight line. So this line is going to be where the clothes change. So we need to make this part rounder. There we go. I think we did a good job. We got the chest down pretty quickly. Usually it takes a lot more of trial and error, especially with bigger sizes. Now thinking about it though, it is a little bit... like the whole body is a little bit weird and wide. So I will make it a little bit like so. There we go, and then we can move this a little bit up. There we go. And let me see, front to front. It's not bad. Perhaps a little bit high, it should go lower. Like the topology is perfect, but it really needs to go lower than this. There we go. Yeah, exactly. It needs a little bit more of weight. Like even if she's got like a very powerful bra, as as fictional characters often do. We go and make it a little bit like so. And am I crazy? Never ask a man his salary, a woman her age, molegato why he's so good at modeling pretty women. I don't think I'm that good. I just try really hard. I'm thinking we should make this follow the quads a little bit better, just for topology. And it also allows this part to be a little bit rounder. There we go. Alright, better shape. Alright, now I think it's fitting of the body shape. This bottom part is what I don't really like, but I think we cannot really make it good without a lot of extra polygons. Maybe do something like this. Yeah, with a lower torso curve. And we can kinda get a little bit rounder over here. So like from the back we also get this shape. The back is also very important. Alright. Looking better. No, I think even though a bigger head is my style, I will make it slightly smaller. Slightly taller, slightly longer neck. And she's got kind of a flat back. Like not as pronounced, not as rounded. Hi Basic! Happy to see ya, it's been a while. Hope you are doing well. I gotta catch up on your work. It's been a while since last time I see you working on things, and you always make the coolest shit. Hi Lani. Now let's see. We got the head, and the head should have a very similar shape to the one in the reference. Hey, you know what? That's not an excuse for me for not being on loop. I should go and look. Feel free to tell us what you've been working on lately. I always am happy to know. Because I remember the Crash Team Racing tracks like the most. Okay, no, we don't have those ears. We only have big ram ears. So I'll probably just start modeling them already. Like even if we are in the middle of the shapes and proportions part, I think it's a good moment to add some new topology. So what I will do is duplicate a random point and they come all the way from the top from over here. And they go all the way here to this curve. It is supposed to be a shape, yeah. Like, I've been looking at the socials to get a better feeling of the character and also to mention her on social media because it's only fair. And yeah, a lot of ram jokes. Alright, this one I will just merge at the center so we get kind of a general shape. Maybe another looping here. So we make everything a little bit rounder.
Yo molegato, drink some water.
Drinking water, got it. Rack cabinet. By the way, that reminds me, and this is a major milestone. I remember I mentioned I was in kind of a creative block, and I tried to get out last stream with a drawing, because it's weird because I am in a drawing block, not creative in general, just drawing. So one thing I am happy to say is that before starting a stream, I actually tried to draw a little bit, and I got cooked. Hi Faber, hi! Happy to see ya, as always. And I tried to sketch something, and I sketched Posumania. That little OC of me that I haven't use it in anything yet. And it's just like a very basic sketch, it's not like detailed, it's just messy lines, but I draw it on paper. And it's... I don't know, I'm happy that I did that. I know it's not like all that impressive as it goes to creative endeavors. But hey, happy to just pick a pen. Okay, we got the ears. We won't worry too much about how the ears connect to the head because we'll have hair in the middle. So just clipping will be more than okay. Alright, in fact I will like rotate them a little bit, like so. And then I make this rounder, maybe even just make this go together. I think this works. Yeah. You're right, Magic. That's how it works. I mean, the head is also magically attached to the neck, so... Okay, the horns will work when you finish the hair. Now let's see, what else in the body? We should make the hands a little bit smaller, too. So we get our cursor in there. Make the hands a little bit smaller. Same with the wrist. And we want to also make the fingertips smaller. Let's see if I pick all of them. There we go. Same with these loops. There we go. To get kinda more delicate looking fingers. Maybe the thumb also should be a little bit thinner. There we go. Alright. No, the arms. We need to change the arm shape. She doesn't have as much of a forearm shape. She also doesn't have a lot of muscles, so we can change a little bit the armpit shape to make the arm a little bit thinner. There we go. All of this a little bit lower. There we go. Although now she has no shoulders. There we go, better shoulders. Maybe the neck needs to also be a little bit thinner. Because we made the head smaller. There we go. And about the shoulder, see, this cannot be, this is anti-natural. We should actually add a loop in here. So we can actually make the arm follow the right shape. Hi Boxy, happy to see ya. Yeah, very cute character. I like it a lot, to be honest. I'm having a little bit of trouble with the shoulder because with the big boobs it gets a little bit wonky. And this is because it's joining in here and it should join here. Like anatomically speaking. Should be something like this.
Intercepted a transmission from Lowpoly that says this. You can trust Moga to be wholesome with boobs. Also really good insight into hand modeling.
Thank you, DNG. I don't know. Boob anatomy is hard. I am thankful that I don't have boobs to constantly calculate in my day-to-day life. I am blessed with cake instead. Hi, Blue to Rocky. Alright, so this part is the one that is getting me a little bit on my nerves. Now I think this should be okay. Yeah, this shall be okay. No, not yet. Not in general. I'm sorry to disappoint, but no, that's not the case. Alright, so we got the line in there. Shoulder is kinda okay. Shoulders are so tricky. There we go. This goes up. Looks a little bit better. Alright. There we go. I think we can leave the shoulders like that. Shouldn't give us much trouble when deforming it. In fact, we can try because this is a template that I made a long ago. So it kinda rotates. Well, it's not bad. I mean, it doesn't fit because we need to move the bones around. As we changed a lot of proportions. Right. moving it quickly so we can... One thing that I learned recently too is that I gotta do this if I want. Well, it can be like so, something like this. I don't have to make the feet like this, like I used to, because then in Unity when you are setting up the model, it will make the character tiptoe. It does some weird recognition. Okay. So now it kind of works. I mean, we will have to change some weights for the boob area, but the shoulder is okay. Okay, with that done, I think we can start working on other stuff like the tail, the hair. Probably the hair. The hair is going to be the biggest challenge here. So let's get to work on the hair. Let me see. Actually, first I want to make like a quick change to the head. Want to add this extra loop in here so we can add a little bit more variation. And even yet I will do this extra edge so the head looks better from different angles. That is another something I have learned recently. There we go. About the nose. The nose is not too big, but it's also not too small. It's not one of those anime style, almost no nose things. It is like a normal nose with some shape. So maybe we'll have to add some geometry to it. Let me see. We get this shape. And it goes a little bit like this. And we can kinda take the chance to remove this angle by making this a little bit rounder. Or hell, even like so. Though that doesn't really change anything, not that I think about it. We can probably instead do something like this. So we get a more rounded shape. There we go. Hi, Big Mantis Shrimp. Love that username. Maybe we can even do something like this for the nose. Hey, I'm getting cooked already. There we go. Back to normal. To as normal as I can be. Okay, we got the nose. I'm gonna drink some extra water. There we go. Hey! Ow! So, water inside me, air in my lungs, I am alive, I can continue modeling. So one thing I like to do for her is to get this top part of the head, sometimes even this too, and just duplicate it, separate the selection, and then edit this, and we got like just this shape, right? And I like to do extruded normals, so it's a little bit bigger, and remove everything else. Wait, should do it with faces and not points. Like now I go to vertices, there we go. So we got this helmet, and with this we can actually start making the hair. And let me see what we got. We got like the back is easy. I will cut this over here. Right, so we get this part. And this goes in here, goes to the top of the ear. And then we got a short mane that goes like over here in length. This is our point. And it gets wider as we go. Well, thank you, 12. So we will like make it wider. How wide exactly? It goes about the shoulder, so we can make it a little bit more. There we go. And then it goes down. There we go. This kind of shape. It also gets like so. All right. Probably a little bit. No, it is actually pretty well when it comes to its length. We can now like make this be the end of it. And we make the end rounder. Maybe we should add a little bit more of volume. There we go. Something like this. I think it's a good shape. We won't worry too much about the inside of the hair just yet, because we gotta get the shapes first. Okay, so next part of the hair is we got this other thing in here. It goes under the ear, from the back, and then we got another from the front. So I guess it should come from here and do something like this. And go like this. Hi, Mauri. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the mines. The stream is going well. It's being pretty chill. We are working on a very tricky but also very interesting model today. Oh, thank you so much. The vibes are the best. I don't know what I did to deserve all of the chill and cool people that come in here, but I am ever so happy about it. Alright, and now it kinda goes down and makes it smaller to the center. There we go. The bad part is it's kinda getting in the middle of the arm. Alright, much better. It's clipping with the hair over here, which I don't really like. So perhaps I should make the main body of hair a little bit better, a little bit bigger, I mean. There we go. There we go. So now it is more of an individual fluff of hair. We make it smaller too. Alright. And we can even add a little bit more of volume, I'm thinking. By just adding a line down the middle, and make it go over here. Probably something like so. So we can just add it over here. Oh, excellent timing with the Nightbot. Like, I will add that the vibes in here, they are thanks to all of the cool people that just decided to come over here, and they are also in the Discord, being awesome and sharing their work and their art and their passions about video games and about things in general, which I think is the best way of living, having passion for something. What's the point otherwise, right? Okay, so we got this. And I'm thinking, actually, I want this to come from here. There we go. We kinda get this rounded triangle shape thing. Alright. cool shapes all around. Drinking water. I need to do something with the water redeem. I want to be able to show the big bottle again. No, I want to make this go a little bit more to the inside. There we go. Alright, way better. And now we have to make the one that goes from the front. And I'm trying to get the shape from the reference. Like, we see that it's this part that comes from here and just goes like this. But also that is like two shapes. So maybe I think the best approach for this is to actually add a cut over here. And this gotta be over here. Let me this one. And now we gotta make it be its own shape. Let me see. Is this whole thing like this shape in general? It's a bit like thinner. A little bit rounder like so. We should have this subdivision too. So we got like a round shape and we don't need this tree. It is asymmetrical a little bit, but the shape is the same, so we'll work on the symmetrical parts first. And then after we are done texturing, we will add the asymmetrical parts. I'm so sleepy today too. Okay, so this goes a little bit over here. And let me think. We got this side. And we got the other one. Do you know exactly what will wake me up? You're going to throw a box on me, right?
Yo molegato, drink some water.
Drinking some water, you got it. Alright, so let me see. Every day he's hippie day. That's a mod. I am developing a sixth sense for filing boxes. I call it having great reflexes. Okay, so this is a loop, which is nice. This is where this extra bit of hair comes from. And it is like until this point or so. Ow! I saw it coming, but I am powerless against the mighty power of boxes. Alright, so we get this down. Move this to the side. There we go. Alright, alright. Not bad, not a bad start. Oh, thank you, Blue. I will thank you both for this and for the crate. One thing doesn't take the other out. Saying it with all of the love, by the way. Now I'm thinking I should maybe add another loop, because this comes way closer to the center. So I will do something like this. First make the shapes, follow the curve
Hey
that I
molegato.
want.
Little Norwegians has a message for you. It says, remember, it is your duty to unshrimp. Make that spine fine. This has been a public service announcement.
That is absolutely correct. And shrimp, everybody. There we go. I love this track, by the way. Sonic music never misses. Alright, so we got this shape in here. And I think I can just add this loop in here and just give it some volume. There we go, there we go.
BLUE2ROCKY has got something to say. It goes. You are a shrimp. Reshrimp that spine back to its natural curve.
Please don't. Unless you are actually a shrimp, please don't follow that advice. BLU2E2 Rocky, as Jan puts it. Remember everyone, it's okay to simp, but it's not okay to shrimp. No, I think the hair also needs an extra loop in here because it's looking mighty blocky. So I will do this. I keep using the old Blender shortcut instead of the real one. So we get like a better curve in here. This is not a triangle anymore. Rounder shapes. Remember, rounder is better. That's why I am so stupid, because my head is a cube. Alright. I will do the side trick. There we go. I am in fact a blockhead. Thank you, Suna. Alright, little bit better. I think I can make this curve go over here and make an interesting shape. Alright, we got like the base of the head. And I'm thinking the ears need to actually come from higher, because with the hair it is looking too high. Maybe I can do something like this. And this is something like this. I'm thinking I will change a little bit the shape of the ears. Because I'm seeing that they go way lower in the reference. They go all the way to the bottom of the face. There we go. Way better. It fits the shape way better now. But now we gotta change a little bit the hair. There we go. Alright, better shapes, better topology. Alright, she's got like this little tuft of hair in the middle, but we will add it after we have done symmetrizing. So for now, let's work on the horns, to be honest. We go back to the head. And let me see, the horns should come over here and just go up. But they don't go up in the middle of the face, they go up just over here. And they come from right behind the ears, like over here. So I will pick this face. I think or even this one because it's a little bit more roundish. Duplicate it, smaller, rotate, and we want them to be an hexagon. So this will do. Alright, and it is quite big. Alright, now what direction should it take? It should like come a little bit to the side. Do something like this. Again. Yet again, but this time as a big angle. And I will do a little bit of cleanup. There we go. And there we go. Alright, so we got the base of the horn. We can kinda get things a little bit rounder. Alright, now what does this horn do? It goes actually down instead of up, so we got a lot to change. Like we do this. We do this. And here is when we kinda can get back to normal. There we go. These two maybe can also combine. There we go, there we go. Looking a little bit better. And by the time we get to the ear, should actually be a bit lower, a bit over here. So yeah, we will slowly make it follow the shape that it should have. Hi, Maple. Horns are so hard to do, I gotta say. Also, hydring and 5. More Lowpoly? Well, you're in luck. Cause I'm a one-trick pony, and that trick is Lowpoly. Alright, so we can like move everything a little bit down. But alright, I like these shapes. Alright, so we can continue with the horn, and now is when we will start curling up. So there we go. My determination, oh my god, I don't really have as much determination as I got, like an ever-present sense of dread. Oh, how do I rig it to have different shapes? Okay, that's an interesting question. There's like a whole lot of ways to do that. Like, of course, there's blend shapes when you have actual topology. For example, my avatar has blend shapes for the little tufts of hair and the eyebrows. But for stuff like my mouth, that is just a texture swap, what I do is I have a material with all of the different expressions in a grid, right? In fact, it's like several of them because I have one for the mouth, one for the eyes, etc. Because you get extra flexibility. And then depending on the expression and the phoneme and whatever, you make the texture scroll. And so it moves and it makes it pick essentially one column and one row. And it shows exactly one of the many expressions. And I love that approach. It looks so snappy and so cartoony. Exactly. Oh, banger alert. See, this is the kind of song I want the playlist to be full of when I finish cooling it. Alright. This should come way closer to the face. There we go, get rid of the weird twisting. Exactly. You be snapped. Rigging is a pain in the ass, but it can be real fun. If you ever need like a tip or you want to ask something, shoot me a DM, okay? I think you got my Discord too, so don't don't shy away from that if you ever need help. Plus, I think I could also learn a lot from how you work, like how you made that scene. I love it, and I've been meaning to make something for my streams for essentially forever, essentially since I started. Um, I have been like not actually doing it because I don't know where to start. I feel like it takes so much planning. I cannot fit a whole project in my brain. Oh, I bet. I bet it's been a crazy amount of work. And it really paid off. Like everything looks so cool. Well, thank you, 12. How's this? Maybe it should come a little bit closer to the head. There we go. This is the sweet spot. I will make sure the normals are correct though. There we go. Because they were inversed. Hey, it's the perfect place. Like so many distractions in there. No one can suspect a thing. Alright. Now the top of the head is pretty round. Only has like little bits of spikes, so no need to make like a central swirl. Okay, so with this we got like the whole body shape. I think only thing we would need to actually model is the tail and the jacket, the skirt, all of that kind of thing. Oh yeah, Vaporwave and Anti-Like is hitting harder than ever, and I couldn't love it more because I am like genuinely old. I just turned 37 last weekend. And for me, Windows XP, Windows 98, Winamp. I am an old person. I am essentially a mommy. But hey, you know what they say. The 30s are the new 20s. You both are so young though. That's so cool. I have a PlayStation 1. I wasn't on PlayStation Steam. Oh yeah, Winamp. I love that. I love the crazy skins. I remember Like, I discovered how to extract audio CD tracks from CDs using Winamp, and I got the entire soundtrack from the Sonic R game disc, because it was inside as an audio CD. And I felt like I had the biggest brain ever. Hey, I can be the team mom if you want, Suna. Okay, let me see. What should be the next thing? Maybe the skirt. The skirt is going to be tricky. Because it's like over here. So we will yet again bevel these. But seriously, I felt so smart about extracting audio CD tracks. I also extracted Rayman 1's soundtrack from the game CD. Oh, thank you for the follow, Renafer. Sorry, my brain is cooked. Know how to do this. Just a triangle. I will have to like reshape all of these, because you know a butt is not the same as a butt in a skirt. Like this should go a little bit lower. Do something like this. And both of these go lower. Perhaps even do this, like, yeah. Like the skirt wouldn't allow the whole butt to be like airtight. It should be like normal. It's just how fabrics work in real life. Then we got this, and this is yet another head scratcher. I think I will just do this and not care too much about the inside topology. Let me see, this should flip. Because you know, the part we are going to see is the outside one with the skirt. So that's the only one I should care about. So I can even make the shapes a little bit easier, so the normals work a little bit better. Whoops, there we go. There we go. But the skirt is actually not. Let me undo things, because you know what? The skirt is actually not as tight as I planned initially in the model. So I need to make it in a different way. How do I make it so that it actually follows the leg very closely, but also has a little bit of weight outside? Okay, let me think. Because this is the kind of thing that really is a puzzle to solve. Because we don't want this to be just painted on, and we don't want it to go outside because it will clip. See, it has a little bit of indentation. So what I'm thinking is maybe I will make this bigger. Do this, remove the edges. So we got like the shape for the whole thing. And then I get this. And this maybe. And we bridge. Alright, kinda works. So in here we have an extra subdivision. Okay, so now we got like the normal geometry and we got this one. And now these two get together. We do something like this. There we go. There we go. So we got the shape, more or less. And the leg looks a little bit wonky underneath, but we don't really care because nobody's going to see it. It's under the skirt after all. The skirt is not going to come off or anything. So we don't care if the topology in here is a little bit wonky. Hi Nidio, happy to see ya, and thank you for the streak. Alright, alright. So now we pick this one. Like the whole loop. And flip the normals. And this is way better already. We can even pick this. Oops, never mind. This likes doing weird things. We can add it a little bit to the left. There we go. Build a swimming system for a game, you mean? I think I haven't in 3D, only in 2D. I will have to work on it for Twinkle pretty soon though, so that will be interesting. I like when swimming in games is easy to control though, and very similar to how the character controls outside of the water. So probably it will be a simple one. There we go. Oh, you have built one for combustion? Because I remember many systems in combustion, but I don't think I saw the swimming one. Or if I did, it was so long ago. Seriously, guys, you are, buddy, you are an inspiration. Alright, so we got the skirt. Drinking some water and breathing. Oh, thank you, buddy. You know what? That is double the reason for me to ask about it. Maybe it will be a good reference for Twinkle. By the way, talking about the system, you wouldn't believe how many little bugs I fixed today in it. Just very small stuff like in the construction of the action class, some parameters were not copying. So when you made a new action from an old one, it didn't copy everything. Stuff like that. Of course, like I found those bugs because I was working on some new actions for Twinkle. Like remember, and this is for everyone because you actually saw this part on the stream. Remember that that robot girl in the skate park? Well, when you finish her mission, she actually gives you an item now that you can equip, and that item allows you to use a hoverboard for the ground dash, which is real fun because it's like longer dash and you can actually turn around in it, but this is still a short dash, so you cannot like ride it for long, but it's a little extra. It's cool. So I was implementing that this morning because the item was halfly done. Like it had an icon, it had a data entry, but it didn't have the code. And you know, this uses a new system that I code, and but you are going to love this one. Is the action replacement system. It allows me. Oh, thank you for following, Omega Magus. I love your name. It's so badass. Also reminds me of Final Fantasy IX, which is always good. So, as I was saying, it's action replacement system. Like, it's another. Oh, hi, Bancha. Hi there. Hello there. Hello, Omega. Hello, Bancha. I was talking about a little system that I implemented for game development, which is the action replacement system, and so the character system I made that I'm currently using, I used it for Frog and I'm using it for Twinkle. It works with actions. Oh, thank you for following, Bagruby, Bagruby Talent, and that's amazing, Bancha. By the way, Bancha, I gotta talk with you at some point because I want to maybe work on some homemade merch or something, but I know absolutely nothing about worldwide shipping. What engine do you use? I use Unity 3D. It's probably like the most capable engine out there. Like Unreal is more powerful, but it is made as an engine for a specific game first, and that shows in the way it works. And Godot is like eating ground. It's really getting close to Unity. So I want to also learn it at some point. Oh, thank you, Magus. Oh, Mr. Gato. Makes me sound so serious. Thank you so much. So yeah, I was actually talking about that character system I made for Unity, and the cool thing about it is that I can add different actions for it and it works like a state machine, like this is jumping, this is punching, this is kicking, I can make a combo. Mansuna. It's a cool system, right? Like it's just a very cool state machine thing, so you can define most of the movement in each action in the editor without coding. But the thing is, I made a system in which you can define actions outside of the character and just with a line of code replace actions from the character from actions from that list. So when you get like a power up or something, you can say, hey, instead of doing this basic attack, do this other thing. And you can change any action you want, you can revert them to their default ones. It's super useful. And it is what I'm using for Twinkle's equipment right now, because there's stuff like this device that you equip, and then your air attack, instead of being, you know, the normal thrill with a little bit of a double jump, like Twinkle instead does a tornado spin super fast. She spins several times and you kind of float up for a bit, and that just replaces an existing piece of your moveset. Hi, see. A commission today? Oh! Did you mean like you opened commissions, or you got a commission, or you commissioned someone? Alright, I'm thinking, what else? The tail, right. The tail, because the jacket will have to follow it. Okay, I'm thinking this part of the bot is not really all that good. Should be a little bit rounder on the high part. There we go. Oh, that's so cool! I hope you get a fantastic piece out of it. What artist was it? Okay, so about the tail. The tail is just big and fluffy. I think I will add it like as an extra model for now, because it will be easier. I like hexagons. And it is like real fluffy. And then it slowly gets smaller. But by the end, instead of just having it end like so, it should be like a little bit scruffy. It should have some spikes. Darknet Blesky Social. Okay, let me check because I'm curious now. I'm always looking forward to discovering new artists. But that's an interesting style, very painterly, good shading. It's cool, it's pretty cool. And hey, your character here type commissions, they are great because you can get something quicker than a normal commission, for a fraction of the cost, and the artist can get like several of them quicker. So it's got a few advantages. Of course, the disadvantage is that it doesn't come as unique. But you know, sometimes it's better. Alright, so I will add environment modifier to this. Oh, two characters kissing. I see, I see. Okay, so with this we got like some fluff, but it needs even more fluff. The tail is kind of scruffy, especially from the middle onwards. So I will add like some shapes like this. There we go. And then something like this. Or maybe like one section further away, so it doesn't look as regular. There we go. All right. So the tail is looking a little bit scruffier, which is great. Maybe I add one in here too. But this one is smaller. There we go. And maybe I will add another in here. So many ways to rent them out. Oh, you know what? You are absolutely in luck because today is easier than ever to learn. Like, I learned basically by following tutorials, and back then it was a little bit tricky to find them. Some of those tutorials were not for Blender, were for Maya or 3D Max, but I just kinda used them for Blender. But nowadays you can just search in YouTube and get like 20 tutorials about modeling characters in Blender. You can also, of course, like watch my VODs and my streams. If you are new, you are bound to get a few tricks from them. Maybe if you are advanced, maybe not so much. Oh, hi, Aggie! Happy to see you. You're a cool dog, I hope you know. Yeah, just search molegato on YouTube and you'll see that all of the streams are in there. Alright. Oh, thank you, Aggie. I forgot that it's Molegato Studios. Because someone already took Molegato and turns out it is a rando that just made one video about some weird dance or something, I don't remember. I think I will add yet another in here. Oh, hi, Coloris. Thank you for the raid. Hello, raiders. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Coloris. With dope, hell, and lived. Thank you so much for the raid. Every time you say Ultros, it just reminds me of Final Fantasy VI. Because that's the name of the funny octopus guy. Alright, there we go. Good shapes all along. There we go. Oh, did they add an Ultros cameo in Splatoon? Because that's amazing. Like, I couldn't believe a Final Fantasy cameo in there. That's so cool. Thank you, Coloris. Alright, so I think this is a nice shape for the tail. Maybe we can make it a little bit rounder over here. There we go. Alright, alright. Cool shapes all around. Oh, that's interesting, yeah. I will make this go a little bit inside. There we go. Alright, so now only the jacket left. Although I will rename this tail. Oh wait, there we go, caps lock. And this one I will rename hair. This one is the body. So I will get all of these. Separate selection and rename this head. Because it's always good to have it separated in case I have to add like a different body at some time. Okay, let me see. What is next is the jacket, because the jacket is only in some of the references, but it's really one thing that puts together the whole model. Now it will be hard to make one that fits in T-pose, but we will try our best. Let's see, the first thing we will do is duplicate this part of the arm, which is where it is, and I will separate selection, and I will make it bigger. There we go. Maybe if I do this in individual origins, I can scale them. There we go, this works. Perfect. Thank you, Shi. I will check it out after today's stream. Oh, I love when I get the super obscure Yumeniki fan game soundtrack in here. Okay, now what to do with this, because this part is as far as we go with normal topology. Like this part just goes over here. Something like this. Well, technically there's Sonic Dreams now, like that thing that is exclusive to iOS phones. I guess that's the most similar thing to Sonic's Yumeniki we can get. Seriously, what a wild crossover concept. Like, there is no bigger tone shift. Alright, so now this goes over here. And we can kinda extrude it a little bit, like so. Maybe this comes a little bit more like this. There we go. And now this goes over the tail, so now we can kinda do something like this. Maybe a cat over here wouldn't hurt. And we gotta make it like as close as just falling as possible, because this part won't move much. This will just have a few physics bones. And now the front part is tricky, because you see it goes from over here and it kinda falls down. And I think one thing that makes it work is that there is like this curve thing. Like it just goes like this. And now this is where it can come from. Or maybe this can even come over here. And then this kinda goes over here. Maybe? Hi, Ed! Think I will add another loop in here. So we can have a more flowy shape. There we go. And then we kinda just do this. And we kinda have the shape already, it's just a little bit wobbly. We gotta make it a little bit softer. There we go. Alright, not bad for the kind of challenge this is. Because let's not kid ourselves, this is a big challenge, having a shirt jacket thing going over here this way. It will be hard when we start rigging it. But I don't know. I think it is as good as something like this can get. At least without relying on weird physics simulation and stuff like that. There we go. Because we don't have access to NASA computers, we are not making Shrek 27. Although this goes lower than the skirt, so I will pull everything down a little bit. There we go. There we go. Man, what a absolute banger of a track. How does it go? You can call me Mo, you can call me Gato, you can call me Moga, you can call me Mogato, you can call me any combination of those. Everyone picks their favorite, just like with Pokemon. And I got an amount of polygons similar to a Pokemon game. Wish I also had their budget. Moto? Am I a bike? Okay, so we got the jacket down. Maybe another thing we can do is the bow. Because that's pretty symmetrical too. So I will actually do this. There we go, so we get like a better shape in here. Perhaps even this. There we go. So we get like a better place to put the bell now. Oh yeah, I am from Spain. I'm actually even not only from Spain, I'm from Andalusia. So even in Spanish I got an accent. I'm sorry if my English is not very well put together. I promise when I am not streaming, when I am not live, when I am not like talking with someone straight on, when I get the time to actually put my thoughts together and form some coherent speech in my brain, I sound way smarter than this. But that aside, my pronunciation is something I have been struggling for a while. I want to sound better, but you know, it's hard because every language is different and all of them have cool stuff, but all of them have pitfalls. Hey, don't worry, it is okay. We are all struggling in the same direction, it seems. I am very happy to know English though, because it's man, knowing languages the best key in the world. It opens so many doors. Even knowing a little bit of a language already opens 90% of the doors that language offers. So I wish I knew a little bit of every single language on earth. Oh wow, that is so cool. I wouldn't say that happens to me though. Because even though I have a better grasp at grammar and vocabulary out of stream, my pronunciation is just as bad. Thank you, Circo, saving right now. I think I saved like a few minutes ago, but just in case. You never know. Okay, no, bell. Let's zoom in here in the bell. And it is like in the middle of the neck. It's like a choker thing. It's got a bow. We don't really have a lot of space, so I'm wondering if we should make it 3D or 2D. Maybe the bow should be 2D and the belt should be 3D. Oh hi, Yathas! The Spanish person, that is relatable. Yeah. Oh, I tried to learn German. Once I went to lessons for like 2 months and I really couldn't wrap my head around it. It was so complicated. But it's such a cool language too. Like it's got this thing with construction words out of other words that is amazing. It felt so cool because you will get a big ass word that is so intimidating and then you will like divide it in pieces and go, oh, so that's what they meant, and it was so cool. It felt almost like coding. And see, that probably holds true for most languages. I am happy though that nowadays we have dropped the weird stigma of only listening to music in your own language or English. and people are like listening to a lot of K-pop or songs from different countries in different languages. Oh, that's so cool. I wish we had that in Spanish. We don't even have a gender neutral pronoun for items, for inanimate objects. We should have, and not only that, we should have one for people too. Like not just like we need one for gender neutral people, but you know, sometimes you don't even know the gender of someone. Because here in Spanish we only got el and la, and that's just gender. People are using le nowadays, like it's not officially recognized. I think it's probably the best pick they could have made, using the e vowel. Wish that catched on, to be honest. It will be so useful. Okay, so we got a bell, just like so. But the bell actually goes a little bit up, goes more over here. There we go. And we can probably even rotate it a little bit more, even if it clips. There we go. Yeah, that is a stupid circle. Like, why the hell did they know? Did they not make any steps toward recognizing a gender neutral pronoun? Which is something useful. And they just go and pick weird words just to make a social media post. Like, they are the fucking language academy. They don't need clout on social media. It is weird because do we have a word for queer in Spanish? Because I don't know if we have, to be honest. Like one that is exactly for that purpose. Yeah, exactly, right? We don't have it. Why not? I mean, I get the origins of the word queer were a slur and then it was reclaimed. So we will not like get the word queer in fear of it being, you know, like accepting a slur. But you know, a different word that serves the same purpose. Queer, oh my god. I guess I shouldn't be surprised given that they changed parking to also use Q and that. I won't complain about that because honestly I have come to realize that the only reason I complain about Anglicisms getting a different way to write them in Spanish is because of nostalgia. Like I grew up writing parking as in, yeah, actually it's that without the G at the end. It's just parking. It sounds stupid. It sounds Buffy. It sounds like Hulk speak, but it makes all of the sense that they will do that. To be honest, I know it sucks ass, but it makes sense. It sucks ass to us because we grew up with the original world, and this one seems like a stupider version of it that you need less neurons to understand. But hey, that is supposed to be a positive. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter if you are not very old. It's just the change was quite recent. I think they did it like 10 years ago or so. Maybe less, even. Now, if we are talking about stupid additions to the language, we can talk about concretas. Because that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so we got the bow, and I think I'm going to make the bow bigger. Like, fuck this, huge bow. Everything is huge. That's how we roll. Yeah, exactly. Concreta, what the fuck. That's just getting a word that people often mispronounce and miswrite and just making the wrong version correct. So that suddenly the alphabetization index goes up and they look better. But people didn't learn how to write, just made the wrong writing correct to score more points. Mandarina? Oh my god, don't tell me they made Mandarina official. Who's the director of this shit? Exactly, what the fuck? Anyways, we did it. We made the model. I think I'm going to add like a sleeper thing in here. Maybe make the whole fit a little bit flatter. There we go. And now let me adjust the armature again. There we go. How's this one roll? It is slightly rotated. There we go. Alright. Okay, so this should work. Now this part is the one that rigging will be hard on. Because right now, if we come here and just like move this, as you see, it goes down. So I will add a few more bones in here. Like this one comes over here. And this one is over here, and I will parent it to the arm. Now we don't have a physics category in here, so I will add it. And this goes to the bottom. Hey, where the hell is... What happened in here? Need to add another one in here. Physics. And this one moves to physics. I call this jacket flap.l I will subdivide it. I will subdivide it again. And we hide this so I get a better view. There we go. Jacket flap 1.l. Jacket flap 2.l. And jacket flap 3.l. There we go. And we will symmetrize them, all of them. What the fuck? There we go. Symmetrize, there we go. So we get all of those, and we can now actually add the wakes for that. And just to make this look correct, I will do this. And I forgot one important thing I should have done before painting weights is picking the model, then the armature and empty groups again. There we go. And I will also change this to constant so it's easier to paint. There we go. Rotate. Oh, thank you, really chubby panda. I love your name. That is an amazing name. Also, hi, Bake Nocta. So we get like this weight in here. Hey, I'm getting cooked. All right. Where is this last edge? There we go. So this is like the body. We can kind of have a gradient in here. There we go. Then we don't need this part in here. So we'll just like slowly make sure that we get like a little bit of influence from everything. Because now if we like rotate this, it kinda rotates the whole thing. There we go. And we got the whole... Whoops, that was scary. That was the test texture. There we go. So now we can hide this, we can hide the physics. And hide the armature. Or actually not, actually let's make also bones for the tail. Because we are almost done for today. And I don't like doing things halfway. So let's finish adding bones for different parts of the body. We can work on the head at some other time because we will actually change the shape of the hair. But for now, let's make the body ready. I think this should be enough subdivisions. Tail 1, tail 2, tail 3, and tail 4. Maybe automatic weights. Let's see how this works. This works. Yeah, can do this. Yeah, it's decent. For just some physics, that will be perfectly okay. Now I will move all of these to physics too. And we need to add the other bone everyone is thinking about, which is the boobs, of course. Now I don't have much experience with those jiggle physics bones, so I don't know where exactly to add the base for a realistic bounce that doesn't look too weird. I guess this is okay. Because we don't want it to have a very low base. I guess this is okay. I will rename this breast.l, parent it to the chest, move it to the physics category and symmetrize it. Alright. So now we can actually come here, go to weight painting, and I will like hide all of this. There we go. Because it will make things easier. In fact, I will hide the shoulder too. There we go. Oh, it's a goat! Okay, okay. Everyone loves goat girls. It's something that I learned recently. so first of all, like this is the 0 zone, and then we got the middle range. And I forgot, of course, I always forget. It's very important after adding bonds to come here and empty groups. Because now when you paint bonds, they will actually do the mirror thing. Alright, so now if I come here, I don't have anything. I will also hide the arms so it's easier to work in here. What the heck have I painted the weights? Also, why does this have something in the neck? Fuck this. Painting this. There we go. So we can like move everything in here. And maybe add a 0.5 to all of this. There we go. So now it kinda works. Alright, now, where the fuck is this weight? Oh wait, I will just reclaim it. Okay, so all of this just comes here. So if I move this down and up, it is a little bit weird. I need to add a little bit of weight in here. Around. Hey, God! Happy to see you. How's it going? Is the music loud? It is pretty low. I should increase it a little bit. There we go. Maybe something like this. It's a God indeed. How's it going, God? Maybe a little bit of this, so the whole thing moves. Why is this not painting in here? Oops, not painting. I think I will add a little bit of extra weight in here, but also a little bit in here. So now this moves a little bit better. If I pick these two and I kinda move this, it kinda works. Yeah, it doesn't look too weird. Yeah, I gotta get them just right, because otherwise it will not only look bad, it will look awkward. I think I will add a little bit in here, just in case. You know, when they add like too many fixes, too much of it, and then people look at you weird. Alright, there we go. Had to give jiggle physics about and a chest. Oh, about has to be super hard, because unlike a chest in which it is like a whole thing by itself, the body is not that big. The physics can look very awkward in here, so I never add physics to the bot. But the model is going okay. It has a few irks and I still have to add a few things to it. But hey, I can move. I can even go crazy with it. If I stretch or crack my neck, the whole head moves around, and that's so fun to see. The butt is bigger than the chest. Well, sometimes I guess, yeah. But it also is not as much of a separate place. Like it's very intrinsic to the movement of the legs, so it's super hard. Oh yeah, ears jiggle. You know what? Let's add ear jiggle already too. Just cause we can. It will make it 2 bones. There we go. Parent this to the head. ER.L. Actually, ER1.L and ER2.L. And you go to physics and you get to be symmetrized. And then I do this with empty groups so we get the new bones. And if we pick these 2 in order, we can actually start painting. In fact, I will do something. We'll do this so we don't paint in other things accidentally. Oh, Ragnarok Online EOST, my beloved. This song, this is calm, this is being at home on a cozy evening, leveling up your magician or your archer. Maybe depending on the server you could also be like buying stuff. Because in some servers the market is in Payon. Which I'll never understand, because for me, like, you gotta make it in Frontera or in Alberta. Oh, Boring Island 2, yeah, that was also the same track. For me, this is Payon South, like with the mushrooms. The ones you would spam Firebolt on to level up early with the mages. Okay, we got this. In fact, I will add a little bit more weight to this part. Monster in Disguise. What area was that song for? Go, perfect ear wiggles. Oh, Beelzebub's dungeon. You see, because I am a big loser, I never got to visit those endgame dungeons. Because I would never get a party or be part of a big clan or anything. Okay. We can add more details to the hair after its texture and symmetrize. For now, I think we did a great job today. Not too convinced with the nose though. Maybe this is a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, I think we did a fantastic job with this model today. We can go and work on textures and everything in another stream. I think that will be cool, that will be fun. Because there is so much detail in this one. I will probably like make the texture twice the size so we can fit extra details, because let me tell you, the tattoos in the character, those are going to be a challenge to the pixel style. I will probably make them twice the resolution. Okay, thank you! Really chubby panda. I still love your username. Do you think you'll have your more commissions again? I may have!
Yo molegato, drink some water.
Drinking some water. Because right now I got like 2 commissions open, like 2 commissions in progress right now, this one and yet another one. The other one I have to make is not for a VTuber avatar, so it will take a little bit less time to finish. And after that maybe I will open new commissions. Hit me up when you see me working on the last one, in case you want to snatch a slot, because maybe you'll catch me right before I open them, and I can just take that into account even from before. Anyways, good job today, everyone. You've been helping like champions in here. And with this done, I think it's time to actually go to the just chatting scene for a sec. And look into the front. Does this work? Oh my god. The zoom doesn't work very well with the new avatar. It is a little bit weird. But it's fun at least. Seriously, I want to thank you everyone for being here today. It's been an amazing stream. It's been big hype. And I don't know. I don't know what I did to deserve any of this. You are all awesome. You are all super nice to me, and I want to give back that to you in some sort of way. But for now, the best I can do is to start a raid. Let me fix my keyboard first. There we go. And I think we are going with Aggie today. Aggie has been here before. Aggie is an amazing person, amazing creator, and he's playing Tabletop Simulator today. I'm curious about what he's doing. Oh, thank you, God. I don't think I'm either of those two things, but I will try. I will try to upkeep the reputation. For now, everyone, see you next week. See you in the Discord. Seriously, if anyone here likes the vibes and you want just more of the same, go to Discord. The link is in the bio. Otherwise, let's go with Aggie. Say hi from me and have a fantastic time, okay? Bye!